Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
What is going on, team? And thank you for tuning in. CrossFit Max is officially 3 years old as of today, August 19th, 2025. So we're going to talk about the first 3 years of business at CrossFit Max, the direction we're taking it in year 4, and we hope that you enjoy it. Make sure you give us a rating and a review, and let's get to it. All right, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, team? And thank you for joining.
Welcome back to the pod.
Happy 3 years, my love.
Happy 3 years.
CrossFit Max is officially 3 years old today.
Damn.
That's wild.
That is actually kind of crazy.
Susan and I have had a packed day. We've literally plugged in the microphones.
This is the first time we're speaking all day.
And we're going straight in it. But before we get
One
into
shot, one opportunity.
Today's episode,
We have to discuss something really important.
banter topic. Do you map out your runs before you go out?
Yes, I'm not a sociopath.
Wow. You map them out?
Yeah, on the go map.
For every run?
Yep. Well, once
Explain.
I've done it once.
Elaborate.
Okay. Like, never would I ever just open the door and be like, I'm going to go run 15 kilometers.
I don't think many people would do that anyways.
Okay, but okay, to my folks who are able to run 15 kilometers and it's like part of their program, I would never just be like, all right, here we go. I need to know where we're going.
Nice. I've had a few people write to me and comment
Smart.
on my Strava routes.
What do? You do just free ball it? You just
Free
raw
ball.
dog it?
Yeah, kinda. At the beginning, like when I started this program, we just moved in this area a few months ago, but it's also right across the street from the gym. But I never really did any long distance in this neighborhood. But yeah, at the beginning, I kind of figured out like the shorter runs. I mean, at any beginning of a program, you kind of have shorter runs and you build the distance as you go.
Yep.
But yeah, so there's been a few moments where I've underestimated.
So you just
overestimated the distance. Does that make sense? Overestimated,
like you got too far away?
No,
So you underestimated the distance.
underestimated the distance, and then got here and be like, shoot, I still have 2 or 3 more
You know,
kilometers
there's
to do.
nothing more psychologically difficult than arriving at your destination and having to pass it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but so just so I'm understanding, because this is actually the first time I'm learning this about you, and I'm really upset because this is not like, I feel that this doesn't represent your personality. I think if anything, we should be opposite on this, because I feel like I'm more of a
Free baller.
free baller and you're more of a planner and organized person. But I just want to understand, because I'm a bit confused. You are like in your head, probably if I run to about that street and back, it'll make about this.
Yeah.
And you just don't check.
Yeah.
You just start running.
Start running. Yeah. Start running in that direction. Turn
And then
down the
at
street.
what point do you realize that you were really wrong? Like, is it like midway into the run, you're like, oh shit, I thought I'd be halfway and I'm only 1/4? Or like,
There's been situations.
Explain yourself.
Well, like I said, like any beginning of a running program has always been like shorter distance. So at the
Right.
beginning of the running program, my long runs would be on Sunday mornings. So what I would do is, let's say a long run would be anywhere between 8 to 10K.
Mm-hmm.
I would, actually at the beginning, they were like more like 10, 12Ks. So what I would do is I would run before the run club
Yep.
and then meet you, Tommy, and the run club at 8:08, and I would say like, hey, we have to keep going, so I'll be there exactly at 8:08. So what would happen is I would take off in one direction, and we live on a major boulevard, so just run down that boulevard.
like an out and back.
Yeah, exactly. So a few times at the beginning, I was supposed to run like a chill pace, 5:30 to 6 minutes per kilometer, and I would go running, and then I would look at the time and be like, oh shoot, like
I'm going to be late.
I'm actually going to be late. So I started to understand the distance from here to that checkpoint, we'll call it, to the end of the boulevard and back. So there was a few times where I actually had the opposite effect, where I actually had to run a lot faster to meet you guys at 8:08.
I see.
Which was much more fun than the following situation where you, for example, not last week, but the week before, I had to run 19 kilometers, and I kind of knew a 10-ish kilometer route, and then I thought I was going to tack on an extra 8 or 9K to that route in a certain direction, and ended up only being 15K total. Or no, sorry, it only ended up being 14K. So I was like really, really off. And so by the time I got back here,
you had to double back like on yourself a few times.
Yeah, well, it was 14K in, and I knew before that 14K about 3K.
Was this the one where we jumped in with you at the end?
No.
And we were going all up in the random streets?
No, it wasn't that one, unfortunately. This one was all by myself. This is the one that you actually drove by me and honked at me when I was dying. And
I was tracking you on Find My Friends like a psychopath.
So
and I was like, let's catch him.
I knew at 12K I was going to arrive at the destination at about 14K. So I was like, oh shit. Like, so I was mapping it in my head. And what else are you going to do anyways? It's kind of fun, like to figure out like a map in your head while you're running long distance.
Literally my nightmare.
So anyways, got here and I decided, hey, all right, the last 5K, I'll just run the run club, the 5K CrossFit Max run club route.
Which is like not an easy.
No, it was not. It was actually so horrible because the first 3K of our run club is uphill. So I am in kilometer 14 to 17 running uphill. And it was so hot that day. And the sun was beaming down and I was hurting so bad.
Yeah. Feels like the consequences of your own actions a little bit.
And then you would think, okay, well, at least I got the downhill on the last 2K, but like my joints were so achy at that point that going downhill was like so painful. So that last 5K was miserable. But yeah, for sure, there's an element
of mental toughness training for you.
Yeah, it really was. But yeah, so I kind of just run. And then other runs, like you said, where you kind of just run and then you're like, oh, shoot, I got to do an extra kilometer. No, I like to plan it out.
I draw it on the map. If you ever want to make a route, if you go on the Go map on Google, you write on the Go map, you can like draw out a map and it'll tell you how many kilometers it is. So I like to do that ahead of time so I know exactly how many kilometers I'm running. Because my nightmare is either underdoing it and having to pass home, which is your favorite activity apparently. And my second worst nightmare is overdoing it and having to run more. Than mentally prepared for. So you're crazy.
Yeah. And another situation that someone wrote to me, it's so funny because our home is literally across the street, like 200 meters max away from the gym. And it's so funny. Someone commented on, like, I put a little Strava route and someone's like, you've run way too many times past your house. You sure you're not stopping in for a little break and then continuing? It just so happens that, like, I would run from our place and then loop back to meet with the run club after, and then we'd loop around, and then I would be like, oh, shoot, I have 1 more kilometer to do. So it's kind of like almost like you're passing your
I should start doing
point.
Like a water station for you on the balcony here.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great, actually.
A little bit of a hill.
Anyways. Well, for you listeners out there, what do you guys do? Do you guys map it out? I'm curious to know. Shoot us a DM. Do you map out your longer runs? Do you just say screw it and get out there and get lost? Be interesting.
I don't think there's a lot of people who just say screw it.
Yeah.
I think that might actually just be you.
Might be just me. Might be the only runner in the entire world.
I would guess. So.
Anyways, banter topic over. Let's get into the juicy stuff today. This is going to be more of just like a conversational piece.
A little chit chat.
Yeah. We're going to talk about how
you love me.
Been.
Oh, sorry. Did we have a change of plans?
How it's been opening this business after 3 years of being open. All the ups, all the downs.
In business.
Yeah. All the things. So this will be more like a business conversation. And I have no idea how the direction of this conversation, and
we never know where it's going to go, really.
We'll just have fun with it.
Perfect.
Where do you want to start, love?
I would like to start with your favorite memory of the last year of CrossFit Max. Your highlight.
My favorite like memory of
Like-
this year.
Yeah. Something that happened between 2 and 3.
Between 2 and 3. I'm trying to do like a whole timeline in my head here. I think maybe one of my favorite memories might be the Christmas party.
You remember it?
I think that was definitely a good time.
Yeah.
I think having like the big community all together there, having that many
so
people.
fun and playing
Yeah.
games and stuff.
Yeah, playing games,
love.
drinking, eating food. That was a good time. Obviously, doing the open was a good time. Mm-hmm. We had a few really fun events. We had the Max Fit course 2.0. We did our Turn Up the Heat quite recently. We did 2 neon workouts. Those were really fun as well.
Love a neon workout.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what my top highlight is. I mean, it's always meeting new people. I feel like that's like not one specific moment, but getting to meet some new people over the last year has been incredible.
Yeah,
I agree. Getting to see some really big shifts in people's lifestyles, always a big highlight. Yeah, that didn't really answer your question. Maybe a Christmas party was maybe my favorite memory of the
like
year 2 into 3.
When you close your eyes and you think of like happy thoughts, that's what you think of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint just one. Anything for you that pops up?
I feel like from like a client perspective, if I think about my experience inside the gym, big highlight for me would be the open workouts. I think one of my 2 favorite moments of CrossFit in the last year was racing against you in the first workout. We were like side by side of the open. Fun. So that was really fun. Like I was like giggling while I was working out. Like I was having such a good time. And getting my first bar muscle up in the open was also a big highlight. So when I think about the last year of CrossFit Max, like those are my like personal experiences. In terms of like owning the business and my reflection on our business over the last year, I feel that probably the highlights for me are still around the open and like having everybody super hyped and cheering for each other and judging each other, and it just creates such a good camaraderie inside the community. So I feel like the open is always feels like Christmas.
Yeah, the open's always a good time. I think any event that we've done at the gym has been a big highlight. Even our breast cancer event last year was really fun. Yeah, there's a lot of fun moments over this last year. I think for sure, like year 3. I think year 3 may have been actually our hardest year.
I agree.
I think year 1 was. Year 1 was like this excitement, but it was hard in a different way where you had to really like grind it out. Like I was working like a dog in that first year.
But I think you expect to work like a dog when you just open a business. So it wasn't, it didn't derail you at all.
What's that?
It didn't derail you.
No, yeah.
Like working, like when you open a business and your one track mind is build a clientele, you just put your head down and you do it.
Yeah.
And every new client, you kind of feel like you're exponentially growing in the beginning.
Yeah, year 1 was like a different type of hard. It was just like long
Grit.
days, and you have like this expectation of building something, but there's 2 or 3 people in a class in front of you, right? And you're like, man, like
You just have to
just
keep the vision.
Like hopefully one day I'm gonna have more than 3 people in this group class, and one of them is not gonna be Susie. So yeah, year 1 it was hard like that. Year 2 there was this like element of growth, I would say, where We brought in more staff.
Right.
We invested a little bit more money. It was kind of like getting the gym to that like second iteration. Like we invested a lot of our time and also our money into the gym in the first year to just get a gym going. Like it cost, getting a business loan and getting all those things up and running to get the base equipment and the base gym set.
Right.
And it was a nice reminder because today I posted a reel on our Instagram and I was putting together just little clips of the entire 3 years. I just went through.
Oh my God, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah. And it was really, really quick video and I kind of made it really quick, but I was just finding all these things and I was like, man, like the mezzanine wasn't even painted. It had that ugly white and the blue trims around the door, and the athlete's lounge wasn't even done yet. Right. So again, it had like that bare white background. Our concept 2 ergs didn't have any decals on them. So year 1 to year 2, we reinvested back into the business and we kind of gave it like a kind of like that second
Leveled
facelift, so we gave it the decals. We invested in a few more pieces of equipment. Like we extended our rig. We got echo bikes. We got the athletes lounge set up. Right. So
yeah, I feel like for me in year 2, one of the things I think about a lot is it was kind of the year where we started to get a lot of members that we didn't know. If in year 1, the base members were somehow connected to you or I in some way to begin with.
Yeah.
Which is completely natural. And I felt like in year 2, we were starting to get a lot of just random people from the community coming in and joining the gym. And now they're people I would consider super great friends. But at the time, they were just literally random people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was that when that started to happen, I started to feel like, oh shit, this is really happening. We're actually going to make this work.
Yeah. Yeah. So year 2 was kind of this element of growth and just trying to figure out the identity of the gym.
And it was kind of the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then in year 3, I think it was about change and figuring out what our vision was.
Yeah. Establishing our vision more clearly.
Yeah, for sure. And, with change becomes there's a lot of obstacles in that.
Absolutely.
For sure. We had made a very big decision in the business, and we changed staff a little bit, and that impacted a lot of the direction that we were going in.
Yeah, it impacted a lot of our long-term vision.
Yeah.
It impacted our community in some way.
Sure.
It greatly impacted you and I on a personal and a business level.
Yeah, for sure. So there was a lot of change that happened from year 2 to year 3. And anytime there's change, there's always going to be friction. And I feel in this upcoming year, it's only been
few hours,
right? But I feel over the last couple months, anytime you're in the fitness world, the summertime is just this huge
crickets
dip in all gyms, yoga studios, anything gym related. The memberships just go down just because in Canada, people want to spend the very few amount of time they can outside.
People travel
to go on vacation.
Schools
and things
are closed. They have their kids home. There's just so many elements to people's lives that shouldn't but do conflict with their workout schedules.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's this 3-4 month period that as a gym owner we absolutely hate. But
as people, we love the summer.
Yeah.
Love the summer. Yeah. As gym owners, it's always a little bit oh, here we go.
Yeah.
People are putting their memberships on hold. People are going on vacation. People are downgrading. It happens every year. And every year I start to panic. And then every year around this time, it's back to school. And everyone's like, hey, remember me? Yeah. Can I start up my membership? And I'm like, oh, thank God we missed you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Over the last month-ish, people are coming back from their vacations. People have started referring friends, families, colleagues, things like that. We've taken I've taken personally a lot of free trials over the last month and a bit now. We've converted a lot of new people. I've even heard a lot of the members say like, wow, there's like a lot of like new faces in the gym. And that's true, because there's a lot of new people like that are starting CrossFit for the first time ever.
I absolutely love when you meet new people, because in the gym situation, well, in life too, but at the gym, I really love when we have new members, because I think back to, it makes me think back to all the times that our members that are so fundamentally part of our community were new members.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this person who now our kids play together and we hang out on the weekends and all these types of things. Like at one point was just like a face in the group class, you know? So it's fun when we have new faces. I'm like, oh, like what impact now in a few years are we going to be talking about with this person?
Yeah. I mean, like we even have Oceane, who's like a OG member of CrossFit Max. Like one of her best friends is coming for a free trial tomorrow. So I'm seeing her tomorrow morning.
So cool.
Right? So,
well, she better sign up now, because we put it in the ether.
Well, I'll do my best, but Oceane mentioned like, hey, it's been like over a year and a half of like hard effort of me trying to.
Hey, it took her a year to get Ali in too, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of what I told her. And then Tom and Siobhan were in the class, and I was like, well, that's kind of how it is. I was like, it took Tom years to get Siobhan into the class. It took you years to get Oceane in the class.
It seems like these people are not giving their partners ultimatures. It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting that these people are just like.
Why do you say that, love?
I'm just wondering. Anyways, it all worked out for us.
But yeah, so there's been a lot of new faces. I have a lot of free trials booked this week, and I anticipate for CrossFit specifically, I've been in this business for 12, 13 years now, that there's just a huge pickup come fall time. People get into routines, school starts, kids are back in school, and people just want to get back into their new routine for the fall and the winter time.
And typically that involves their workout regime as well.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So what is like the goal? Like what is the energy we're bringing into our 4th year of business? Or what is the energy you want to bring? I feel like the energy I'm bringing, I'm a lot less involved in the business than I was.
Yeah.
I feel personally like I get to enjoy the business more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's been one of our staff changes as well. You haven't really been involved as much over the last few months. You've kind of taken another, or trying out a new career right now.
Yeah.
And that's going well for you. I think that's going well for us personally as well.
Yeah, it's good for the family.
People have asked us this, and maybe we haven't really spoken about on the podcast, but Susie and I we've been together, married. We officially hit the 4-year mark now. And we've been together for almost, I guess in a couple weeks, 7 years, right? And we have done pretty much everything together for the better part of 5 or 6 years now. Like we started an online business during COVID. Then we opened up this gym. We were both involved in this gym. So there has always been this work at home relationship that just has always kind of collided. Let's say there's like always been together, like work and personal has always just been one thing, and it's been hard to separate. It's
very hard to separate, so especially when we opened CrossFit Max.
Yeah, exactly. Your whole life is, when you start a new business, is just so deeply involved in the success of that business. So you're eating supper, you're talking about it. You're going to bed, you're talking about it. You're waking up in the morning, you're talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So
when you try not to talk about it, you still talk about it.
Yeah,
so.
Or at least it's still on your mind, So and like we've been together, and we love it like that. Like our love language is spending time together, and some people like to have the relationship where they're together. Other people like to have that separation. But Susie and I both love to be together a lot. In this situation, we've been together so much over the last 5 or 6 years, so it's been nice to just have like a little bit of separation where
we joke, we're like, is this what normal people feel like?
Like you have your situation where
like we're speaking for the first time today. It's 3 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you go work for a few hours here. I'm at the CrossFit Max working and stuff, and then we're still trying to figure out that balance with now having a son, a young one, and trying to figure out like coaching hours and And yeah, so it's just been nice over the last few months to, we had multiple staff changes. Like pretty much our entire staff is completely different.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the start of this year, or a couple months into this year, we kind of went back to the beginning where you and I were basically the team.
Yeah.
And we really had to kind of step up to the situation that we were in. And I was coaching more than I've ever coached in my life. Like I was coaching so much.
Yeah.
And I think in that process, I realized that, okay, I have like two paths ahead of me right now, obviously, because my maternity leave was over. It was like, do I also go full-time CrossFit Max and send it with CrossFit Max, or do I take a career change that allows us a little bit of separation and also allows us in theory to work at the same time so that we can be not working at the same time and have a little bit more quality time together.
Yeah.
So even though we're not physically in each other's presence as much as we were when we were both working at the gym, we actually get to spend more time together, quote unquote, off work.
Yeah, for sure. Because if Susie's coaching, then I'm ideally not coaching as well, or I'm not at the gym,
Yeah.
And then if I'm coaching, then she wouldn't be at the gym. So it's like if she were to coach more, then it would be like kind of opposite schedules. So yeah, it's been like a big shift in like staff and direction this gym has taken over this last year. And with, like we said, with any change, there's like friction at the beginning, and also like we're growing like a really awesome community here. And when you're growing a really awesome community, you're dealing with relationships and
real people, real emotions,
exactly.
real lives.
So people have like fallen in love with this community, and people have fallen in love with this gym, and I freaking love that. And that's been my dream since day one of starting this.
Yeah, that's your proudest thing.
But when you apply change to anything, it affects not just yourself, but it affects many people in that community as well. So yeah, this year was really about like change and just figuring out the direction that we're trying to go in. A big highlight this year for me, well, not personally for me, but for me to see, has been Daphne taking on coaching.
She has blossomed.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, we had this 14-year-old join the gym. And before that, she was also doing a little bit of like Blossom stuff. She was doing a little bit of yoga and a little bit of running in the park with
Her previous
us during
online business. Yeah.
Yeah, while we were doing during the COVID times. So we really I really knew her as a 13-year-old girl doing a little bit of activity with her mom, Lucy. And then when we opened up CrossFit Max, Lucy and Daphne were one of our two first foundation clients.
Hell yeah.
And so you have this girl who was starting to do some exercise with you around 13, 14 years old, and is now almost 18 in a couple months from now.
True that.
And she's now coaching at the gym. She's been coaching for a few months now. That's been a really big highlight over this last year, to see someone have that like evolution of growth. And although she's still young right now, you wouldn't know that she's that young while she's coaching. And we even had...
No, her quality of coaching is excellent.
Yeah, we've even had one of our friends, Sandrine, join the gym because she now lives in the area. And she, I was talking with her, and Daphne was participating in the same class as her, and I was coaching. And then after, we're all chatting, the three of us. And she, Sandrine had no idea that Daphne is 17 years old.
Yeah, it's not...
So, and like the previous session on Sandrine's first class, Daphne had coached her.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. That's been something that I've really enjoyed. Justin's come back this year to coaching, which has been really, really fun. Yeah, that's good
for the soul.
Yeah, so I've really appreciated him hopping in. He was one of our OG coaches, and now he's back. We've brought on Dom, who has been an excellent addition so far. His so knowledgeable.
Knowledge, is very... It's impossible not to be motivated by him too in classes. Like, he brings such an energy. Really...
He does bring, like, he has a strong presence as well, and his view on like community and stuff is like matches ours, like he's very like community oriented, and he takes time to talk with people after class and give them a little bit of extra like, help if they need and stuff. So he's been a really great addition over the last few months. And yeah, like we're looking to still grow the staff
send us your CVs, folks.
we're still looking to grow the staff in 2020, almost 6, which is crazy to think about. So yeah, the direction we're trying to go with the gym here is exciting. I feel like
we should talk more about like tangibly, like what is our vision. You know, we were just saying how we've gotten a lot clearer on our vision after being open for a few years, and we keep saying that, but I wonder if how much we want to peel back the curtain on the vision.
You want to talk about it, or you want me to talk about it?
I could start. You can take
go for
over.
it.
I feel like a big thing for us at CrossFit Max is creating a very welcoming atmosphere that is the core of who we are. We've both experienced gyms where that wasn't the case. And so that was something that we've always had at the core of our foundation. That's why the gym is called CrossFit Max, named after Max. So I think that, you know, over the last 3 years, we've been able to kind of redefine what's important to us there, and making sure that we have, for example, community events to try and keep people, bring people together. We make sure that any new person that walks in the gym has like a familiar face, a welcome buddy to introduce them to the classes, somebody on the coaching staff to show them around, make them feel comfortable. I feel like that's like our number one priority, is making sure that everybody who walks in our door feels like they're coming home, and that they're welcome, and that they're going to be well taken care of, that they're going to have an expert level of coaching. Yeah,
for sure. From the training element side of things, we're trying to not only create this culture of like this welcoming community, but we're trying to build this culture of like, hey, like what we do is hard work, and we embrace that hard, and we know that it's hard work, but it is something that is accessible to anyone that is willing to put in that work.
That's right? A really good point.
I feel like it's always really hard to get people into your space, and it's kind of funny because I've created this free class, this free locker room for men on the Friday nights. And it's so funny because a lot of the guys who are joining, they're like, man, like it's so hard. I'm inviting these people and it's free and they still won't even show up, you know? So it's like, and you know, Ocean and all these people are like, man, I've been working so hard to get these people to try this. And a lot of our members are starting to realize this, but there's this image that you want to give off to people that is welcoming, but also that you want to attract like the right clients at the same time.
People who are mentally down to do the work.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that you have to be super fit. And that's a very big distinguish. And we have to do a good job at marketing that. It's not that, hey, what we do is like we only take on badass superstar athletes. It's like, no, like we take on the everyday folk who wants to put in the hard work to change their lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's kind of the direction that we're going with in terms of like the culture of like building this like welcoming atmosphere, but also showcasing this like, hey, like what we do is hard work. Our athletes are putting in time,
right?
They're respecting the program, they're following it, they're putting in this hard work, and they're getting the results that they deserve to get.
I love that you frame it that way. I think like getting the results that you deserve to get is really, really, really nice way of putting, you know, like if you work hard, we're going to give you the perfect roadmap to get to where you want to go. You have to show up and give your best effort. And then you're going to be rewarded for that for sure. I'm sure of it. And I feel like, you know, the image some people get of CrossFit sometimes is like, you have to just be a certain level of athlete even to walk in the door. And I think we're trying to dismantle that belief and be like, no, all you have to do is walk in the door ready to give a good effort.
Yeah.
And if you show up and you give a good effort, we're going to make sure you feel really good. You're welcome. You meet some of the best friends that you're ever going to have. And you have a banging body. You're
Bang
welcome.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. And there's like a lot of like little metrics that we're trying to track over this next year and stuff. Like we're trying to track how many, like attendance wise, we're trying to track like group classes, like the size of the group classes, how many group classes we want to bring towards the fall and winter schedule. We're checking obviously our memberships and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited for this. How
many members are we
4
hoping to add to our community in the next year?
Yeah, I would love to get to 150.
Yeah.
That would be
We're sitting at about 100 right now.
We're over 100 now.
105-ish? 110?
Yeah, close to 110.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
110.
Yeah, close to 110. It's obviously hard because of like the summer break and things like that.
Everybody in the community partnered up with someone.
Partnered up with half a person.
No, they partnered up with someone in the community, and together 2 people all found one person.
Yeah.
We would be there.
Yeah.
That's all. That's really, I don't think that's too much to ask.
No.
Just find half a person, guys.
Come on, just find half a person and someone else will find the other half.
And hopefully they match. But whatever, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. My role is kind of switching a little bit.
You're trying to go into more of a leadership business manager role.
I feel like that was kind of my role last year. Now, I kind of switching a little bit to like the onboarding side of things.
Yes.
So like bringing on the new clients.
Nobody can say no to that pretty face, baby.
And just helping build that culture with that athlete immediately.
I think that's something that we learned in our first 3 years is that you or I, since we live and breathe CrossFit Max, should be the onboarding team.
Coach. Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously taking a step back now, but that was a big...
Oh, you're already off the team. What the hell?
See ya later. It's a team of one now.
It's a team of one, yeah.
No, but I mean, that was my job for like a really long time.
Yeah. So before opening CrossFit Max, when I worked at a gym for 5 years, that was my primary job. And I was really freaking good at it because I can instill like those early on habits that people should start forming, right? Like the mindset, the correction of like the words of like, I can't do this. It's like, well, hold on a second. Like, let's try. Oh, look, you can do this. Right.
Yeah.
And trying to just figure that out and, getting into like, it's really, really important the first 3 to 6 months of a new client's journey. I mean, the first session is the most important actually, but really if they have a good experience on the first session, which I know they're going to have with me, then it's really about like making sure their first 3 to 6 months is building the right habits, taking the right actions, having the right mindset, the right approach to it. And then from there, once you get them in for the first 3 to 6 months of doing those daily habits and daily actions, then after that, it becomes much easier to change your lifestyle around. But when those like certain points aren't met early on into their journey, it either prolongs it. If we're lucky, the person will kind of keep going and try to build it on their own. But it most often they just kind of fall off. Versus if they can really dial it in for the first 3 to 6 months, then they can really have like this long-term sustainable approach to living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
here's to
our 4th year. I'm super stoked.
Year 4.
Yeah, year 4 as of today, which already signed a new client today. Let's go.
1 down, 39 to go.
Yeah, we got another one tomorrow. Actually, I'm finishing.
No pressure, Ocean, but we're a lot of riding on this best friend of yours.
I'm excited. I mean, it's not on Ocean. It's on us at this point. Ocean finally did.
I was just kidding.
Ocean did the hard work by getting her to actually sign up, and now we got a Now we got to take it from here.
Rock her world.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I started a new trial with someone today. I'm finishing tonight foundations with a family of 4.
That's so fun.
Which was actually funny. It was in an invite by Noah. Noah invited his friend to the gym, and the whole family came in and was like, hey, like, I think my son can come and do a class. And I was like, well, it's not quite how that works, but I love that you guys came in today. And then I chatted with them, and then I booked them a free trial, and then I booked the whole family of 4 and converted them into the foundations, and tonight they're doing their last foundations.
It's very cool.
Which means that whole family of 4 is going to be in the group class.
Only 35 to go, baby.
Starting soon. Yeah. So yeah, it's good. We got that full family of 4 coming into the groups. We got new trial. Brianna signed up today. We got Melissa. I think Melissa is Ocean's friend, coming in tomorrow. So yeah, lots of fun stuff.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
We're growing.
Yep.
More fun, friendly faces coming at you in the next year.
Yeah. So
speaking of fun, friendly faces.
Let's end the podcast the same way we do every week with Client of the Week.
Pew, 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 pew.
This client is also an OG member at the gym.
Absolute
Almost
OG.
Day 1?
Probs.
Pretty much day 1. Maybe day 30. Maybe they took a little break at the beginning.
No way.
No, they were in there right away, huh?
Yeah. Like when we didn't even have floor yet.
Yeah. God, those were rough times. Also, side note, Pascal, new member at the gym, has told me that he's been listening to our podcast now every week for the last couple weeks here.
That's hilarious.
And he said he's gone back to like the beginning, and he's like, really, this morning he told me he's caught up. He's caught up to like January 2024, he said. So that's like almost a year of podcasts that he's already listened to in the last like few weeks.
That's actually crazy that someone's binging our pod.
Yeah, I love that. Also, Eli's son said the same thing. He went back and listened to the first 3 or 4 episodes.
So
anyways,
fun.
Pascal was laughing. He's like, oh man, I just listened to the podcast about like the flooring and everything. So shout out to Pascal for listening to the episode. But anyways,
he's not client of the week.
Not client of the week, yeah.
Because our client of the week is an OG who joined the gym before we even had floor.
Has been absolutely smashing her fitness.
She's killing it.
She has been just a really fun athlete to be coaching, because I know that she always wants to improve, and she always is looking for that feedback.
Yeah.
And when it's time to work, her head goes down and she goes to work. And I love that.
I love it. She's like a quiet, confident, consistent queen.
Yes. And that client is Alexa.
Yay, Alexa.
So Big Al over here.
Big Red.
Big Red has been one of our OG clients. She's also been a friend of ours for many years here. But she has really improved on her fitness. I mean, just over a year ago, she gave birth as well. She didn't take much time off postpartum. At like pretty much that 6-week mark, she was back in the gym, training hard. I think she almost went all the way until like a week before she gave birth. Yeah. So like she went all the way through pregnancy. She came back as soon as she could. She is, I don't know, maybe fitter than before pregnancy right now. So it's been really cool to see.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Her fitness level just improve.
Definitely an inspo.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Alexa. Shout out to all of you listeners. Babe, last thing I want to say is by the time this episode goes live, we will probably pass 20,000 downloads.
Wow! 20,000 downloads for our podcast.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I mean, 250 of those were Pascal.
Yeah. So hitting the 3 years. Congrats, my love, for hitting 3 years of CrossFit Max.
Congratulations, my dear.
Dealing with me for 3 years on this journey.
Thank you for putting this family and this business on your back.
And shout out to 20,000 downloads on the podcast.
And to reward us, you guys should go buy us a protein shake in the link in the description below.
Hell yeah. All right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
Bye.